It is Wednesday, April 17th, and I just wanted to start off this video with a bit of an update. We are having drama once again with little Sally here. If you hear a noise, that's my tea kettle getting hot. If you follow me on Facebook, you've already heard about what happened, but the majority of you don't, so I will fill you in. She had an accident last week on Friday. Friday morning, she fell out of our bed. And you know how tall our bed is. It's a old water bed frame with a mattress in it, a regular memory foam mattress. And she got too close to the edge, and before I could do anything about it, she slipped, lost her balance, and fell off. And she landed on her right hindquarters. And she didn't even yelp. But as soon as she started moving very slowly, and her limping on her right leg. And she didn't want to eat. That's a sign of a dog is in pain, is when they don't want to eat. And so I coaxed her to eat enough so that she could take her medicine. And I called the vet right away. And they couldn't get me in till 2:30 that afternoon. So we tried to keep her as comfortable as possible all day. She didn't whine. She didn't act any different other than she wouldn't eat. And she was very restless. So anyway, we got her into the vet. We took her in, and the vet checked her over, watched her walk, and she said she didn't think there was any bones broken or any torn ligaments or anything. She thinks that she just jarred herself real good, because Sally does have a history of back problems in two spots, one up in her neck and then one down lower. And you know, she's obviously she's got arthritis because she's old, and so just hitting those arthritic joints can cause quite a problem with their body. Well, anyway, while we were there, the vet also said she was due to have her blood work done. We switched her to a different heart medication called Cardalis, and it's excellent for the heart, but it can cause damage to kidneys and liver. So I knew she was due. She was ready for that. I just hadn't taken the chance to get an appointment to take her in. So they went ahead and drew her blood while she was there. I figured it would be less stressful and traumatic to just do it then rather than make a separate appointment and take her to the vet again, because she hates going to the vet. So anyway, they drew her blood, and they went ahead and ordered to have her checked for heartworms, because they do that annually, even though she's on preventative. And at this age, she hardly ever goes outside. But so they did all of that and gave us some pain medicine, gabapentin. And gabapentin makes her so drowsy. The first day I gave her a pill the minute we got back from the vet on that Friday. And then Saturday I gave her 2 doses of it. They said we could give it to her up to 3 times a day. I gave it to her twice, and she just basically slept the entire day. And so I thought, she's getting too doped up. So then after that, starting on Sunday, I just gave it to her at night for her to go to sleep, to help her sleep. So that's what we've been doing ever since. She's still moving pretty slow. I just noticed this morning, though, that her limp is a little bit better. So I think she is slowly getting better. The only other problem we've been having with her now, and I mentioned it, the vet called yesterday to give me the update on the blood results, and we'll get to that in a minute. But the other thing that she's been doing is it's hard for her to get out the doggy door. It takes a little bit more effort than she's willing to put into it. So she's been having a lot of accidents in the house. A lot. In fact, she's not allowed on the couch anymore. Over there was where she'd always sit. She's peed on the couch twice, and it's like when she pees, it's like a flood because of the medication that she's on. So it soaked through the cover onto my couch, and I can't have that. Furniture's only a year old. I cannot have her messing my furniture up. So this is where she sleeps now. We had determined that she was not going to be allowed to be in the bed anymore because she's not agile enough to keep herself from falling off. And so we tried leaving her in a crate at night or a pin, because she was kind of on bed rest in a pin for the first few days. And the first 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, she was fine in the pin. She was content. By Sunday evening, though, she was getting restless. She wanted out of there. And so I gave her some of her pain medicine before I went to bed, and went to bed while she was sat in here and whined and whined and whined and whined and whined. So finally I'm like, I gave in. It's like, what do I do? I can't sleep with her whining. So I brought her back to our bed, but I didn't sleep good because I was so worried she was going to fall out again. So Sunday after church, we went to Walmart and got a baby guardrail gate, like a bed rail gate, and we're making that work. And to prevent her from falling out of the bed. So that's what we've done with that. So anyway, the blood work results. The vet said that her kidney enzymes were elevated. They were in the 50 range. I can't remember what she said was normal. I think under 30 was normal. It could be a sign that she was dehydrated. It could be a sign that she has a kidney infection. And it could be a sign that her kidneys are being damaged by the medicine. So it could be something super fixable like dehydration and kidney infection, or it could be something really bad, kidney damage. And her liver enzymes were also up. So she said that for a dog of her age, the levels that the enzymes were at were not completely like not throwing too huge of a red flag. And because the Cardalis is doing so well with her heart, she's really reluctant to take her off of that medication like instantly. So, and I told her about all the accidents she's been having in the house. And so she's like, well, it could be because she's stiff and sore and doesn't want to move. It could be because she has a kidney infection or a urinary tract infection. So I had to gather a sample this morning. It worked out well. We used an old coffee can lid because she's so low to the ground. It had to be something that was not very tall. I used an old coffee can lid, and then I put it in an old throwaway container because I know you can wash it and stuff will be fine. But yeah, who wants to put food in a container that that dog urine was in or any kind of urine was in? So I'm just going to take it to the vet in that container, and they can just dispose of the container when they're done with it. So I have to go back to town today to take that urine sample. And I'm going to have to wait around in town because I am not going to drive all the way home for them to call me a half an hour later to say, yeah, she needs antibiotics, and then drive all the way back to town to get antibiotics. So Olivia and I are going to go, and we're going to have to kill some time. Maybe it's one of those tests that doesn't take very long, but if they're busy, it can take them a couple hours to get back to it. So we have not yet gone over to Marshall's. They just opened up like a month ago. We haven't gone in there. So we'll probably go into Marshall's, and then we'll probably go in over to Walmart. I need to get some more sinus medicine. If you could tell, I'm sure you could tell how nasally I sound. My nose and my sinuses are so congested. So we'll get that, and then, I don't know, piddle around town for a little bit. And we're going to have to probably pin her up while we're gone, because Scott thinks the reason why she's not going outside to go potty is because she can't make it through that doggy door. So we're going to have to physically put her outside and then wait for her to go and then bring her back in, just like when she was a little puppy. So anyway, that's that. And and the vet wants to keep her on the medication, the Cardalis, for 1 more month and check her blood again. And if the levels have increased again, then we'll take her off the medicine. But she hates to take her off of it if she doesn't have to. So that means another blood work, and that blood work was $130. $130. Oh, I tell ya. And these guys, all 3 of them, are due for just a well check in a couple months. Get their shots and stuff. And that's going to be another probably $600. I tell you, owning animals is not cheap. Let me tell you. All right, I'm gonna drink my tea, get off of here, get my morning routine going, and then I gotta get to town because I stuck the urine sample in the refrigerator. It said, I looked it up online, and it said if it was going to be more than just a couple hours, then you should refrigerate it. So I'm not sure exactly how long it'll be. We're slow movers around here. So I stuck it in the fridge. All right, we'll catch back up with you in a little bit. So we're getting ready to go take Sally's sample to the vet, and we've decided that whenever we need to leave her, we have to put her in a pen. I think I might have already told you this morning, but I am having sinus issues and I can't think straight. But anyways, she's getting a little food because she has to take her heart medicine at noon. This is a little bit early, but she's getting it now. And as you see, there's puppy pads in there so that if she has an accident, it's easy to clean up and protects the floor. Now we got to get this little monster put in his box, and then we'll be ready to go. We are back home, and oh my goodness, it is so windy outside. Olivia is driving now. She's got her permit, so she's been driving all over Timbuktu because she's trying to get her license before she starts school in August, so that I don't have to be her chauffeur anymore. But anyway, I still have not got the results back from the urine sample. We dawdled in town for about 2 hours, but that, I had stuff to do at home, so we came back. We did end up going over to Marshall's. First impressions of Marshall's, very nice stuff, very nice quality stuff, but oh my goodness, prices are a bit steep. Although I did find some things, so I'll show you that I thought were a good deal. And then we went over to Bell's. I just picked up one thing. Olivia got a pair of shoes, and then we went over to Walmart. So let me show you what we picked up, and then I've got to get busy. I got to get Edna going. This floor needs to be swept desperately, but I don't want her running when we're not home. So I need to get all that stuff done. So let's do this haul real quick. I went over to Walmart basically because I was looking for some sinus pills that were stronger than the ones I've been taking, and I couldn't find anything. Couldn't find a single thing. So I'm just going to be sticking with what I'm currently taking. Also needed another head of lettuce. We have Bible study tonight, and we're having pork carnitas, I think is what it said. It's kind of like a taco. And I said I would bring lettuce, so I picked up a head of lettuce. Picked up some strawberries just because the last ones I got were pretty tasty. So I picked that up. Olivia needed some more conditioner for her hair. So we picked that up. And then I saw these beautiful strawberry, goodness gracious, sunflower bouquets that I'm going to use in my dining room here. I'll probably do that in this video. That's everything I picked up from Walmart. over at Bell's, I picked up this. It's so adorable. And I bet you can guess where I'm going to put it. It's going to be over by the other snail that I just got yesterday thrifting. And it was $12.99 for a ceramic planter and a faux plant. Didn't think that was too bad. And then Olivia picked up a pair of shoes. I actually bought these for her. Oops, this came off. I'll have to fix that. $11.99. Doesn't she have tiny feet? She's got such tiny little feet. All right, let me get this stuff out of the way, and then I'll show you what I got at Marshall's. All right, this is what I picked up from Marshall's. First thing I got were these hair bows. I thought they were so cute. They're scarf scrunchies. I just thought they were absolutely adorable. And they were $6.99, which I didn't think was too bad a price. Then Olivia talked me into getting this. Soft nougat with hazelnuts. It was $3.99. We'll have to give that a try. And then I picked up some more hibiscus tea because I've been doing those Trim Healthy Mama sippers that call for hibiscus tea. This is raspberry hibiscus green tea blend. And it was $3.99. And then we have a lady in our church who's going to have a baby, and they're going to have a shower. We call it a sprinkle because it's her second baby. So I picked up a gift bag and some tissue paper for that. And I got this for Percy's crate. He has a crate cushion, but sometimes if we leave him in the crate for too long, he'll go to the bathroom in there, he'll pee in there. And so we need to have one as a backup. So I picked that up, and it was $9.99. So that wasn't too bad of a price. She's making her presence known. You can see that she's moving kind of slow. She's not limping as badly as she was, so I think she is getting better. It was her right back leg she was limping on. Oh, she's going out the dog door. She's been having trouble navigating that. Whoop, she did it. Yay. All right, and then I picked up some dish soap, lemon basil, and this was $4.99. And I got a pot for pasta, a pasta pot. This is bigger than that yellow pot that I have been using, but not as big as the next size bigger pot that I have. This is like a medium pot, and I needed one so badly, and it was only $16.99. I have known nothing about that brand, Bergner, but hey, for pasta, which is what I will mainly use this pot for, it's perfect. And then the last thing I picked up was this step stool. That's to keep here in the kitchen. It folds up. I can stick it in beside the refrigerator, and then I can use it to get up on top of my shelves or whatever. Or Olivia can use it because she's short. She's vertically challenged, so she needs a step stool. And it was only $12.99. And that is my little Marshall's, Bell's, and Walmart haul. It's kind of sticky. We're going to try the nougat. You want that much? Yeah, I'll take that much. It is very sticky. It's got paper? It's got paper on the bottom of it. Oh. Okay, peel that off for me. That's why it was hard to cut through. You were going to feed me paper. Does it peel off?
Not very easily. You might want to go on standby. You learn something new every day.
Okay, so we discovered that paper-like substance was actually edible. They called it a wafer. I guess it's just to keep it from being quite so sticky. It's very tasty. Yeah, that's really good. It's kind of like a stale marshmallow with hazelnuts. Hazelnut flavor. Good, isn't it? Wow. Yummy. I say we hide this from the boys. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, Dad won't probably care.
Travis
Probably won't like it, so.
So we don't have to hide it. We could hide it in plain sight and they wouldn't even notice anyway. I wanted to give you guys an update on those sprouts I started last week in my last vlog video. Look at these. These are the radish sprouts. They are completely ready to go. I'm going to rinse them in this salad spinner and then put them in a bag. And then these are the cabbage ones. The jar didn't get as full, but it's probably because the seeds are so much smaller. But I'm going to go ahead and rinse these and have these ready to use as well. So I tasted some of these and oh my goodness, they are spicy. I forgot how spicy they were. A little bit will go a long way on a salad, that's for sure. And these little black holes are just like or not black, brown holes are from the seed. They're like the seed hole. They're edible, but I didn't bother. So now I'm going to rinse the cabbage seeds. Good morning, friends. You see Sally? It's the next morning, and she's moving so much better today. So much better. You know, she's still moving slow, but almost as fast as she was moving before. And I don't detect a limp. And she went outside twice out the doggy door this morning already. So maybe we're over the worst of it. That's a pretty good shot of her walking. Percy, get down. The only difference is I did not give her any pain medicine last night before bed. So maybe that contributed to her not walking very well. But she's doing better. I'm so glad. You're doing better. Yeah. All right, well, I have not done any of my own anything this morning. I fed the dogs and that's it. So I gotta get my devotions done and my exercise. I gotta take Sally. I gotta take Olivia to work. Well, she's gonna drive. She's trying to get those hours in, but she still has to have a licensed driver in the car. So I will let her drive and then I will drive home, and because I got stuff to do. I can't stay and visit today. So I think Sally wants up on the couch, but I'm so reluctant because she soaked my couch twice in the last week. Let's see if I can get her comfortable on there. All right, be back in a bit. Well, I tried to make her stay off the couch, but she is the most stubborn dog. And honestly, she's the most spoiled. So she's back up on the couch. I told her, you better not pee on my couch. Oh, we just can't walk away and leave her for any length of time. Because I know if she starts getting up and moving around, she probably has to go to the bathroom. So put her down on the floor. But if you walk away and she's stuck up there, she does not hesitate to just pee. So anyway, yeah, she won the battle. I think she won the war too. All right, so Olivia is at work, got my outside chores done, and I had some lunch, and now it's time to get some chores done today, some things I really need to get done today. But first, before I do that, I wanted to show you, this is where I ended up putting that snail planter. And I just think that is so cute. I am in love with that. That is so adorable. And then I also wanted to share with you, I switched some things around. If you follow my channel and you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I had over here on this table, I had a different setup. This chicken was over here on this chair, and this setup was on that table over there. Well, the day that I put these arrangements together, these vignettes, I videoed that. You guys saw me do it. But that evening, I was just sitting here thinking, I can just imagine that teapot and all of those things that are in here getting knocked off of that table, because the dogs, the Beagle brothers, just tear through this area, and they do their wrestling matches and everything, and I can just see it happening. And it's like, you know what, I am just going to see what it looks like to switch these two arrangements around, and I love it. It looks great. There's really nothing on this table that would break if this table happened to get knocked over, except for this little pitcher and these. These could possibly get broken, but I mean, I don't want them to get broken, but if they happen to get broken, I wouldn't be really upset. I mean, I'd be a little upset, but not super upset. And everything else that's on this table is not breakable. It's unbreakable. So yeah, they can get knocked off, maybe get a little bit damaged, but they're not going to get broken. And also, another situation I was thinking about was when this basket was over there on that chair, these dangling flowers were within Percy's reach, and I knew it was inevitable that he would end up messing with it. He just can't help himself. He has no self-control yet, because he's just a puppy still. So anyway, moving this over here just took that temptation away from him, and he hasn't messed with it. Obviously, he can't reach it. So that's that. And then over here in this corner, the dogs don't roughhouse in this corner. And there's practically, I can't say a 0% chance, but a very slim chance that this is going to get knocked off of here and any of this stuff be damaged. So I just saved myself heartache. And as soon as I switched those two things around, I just got a peace about it, and it's like, now I can rest, because I was so worried that that was going to get knocked over. I mean, I could just like envision it happening, and it's not without, you know, out of the realm of possibility that it could get knocked over, because those dogs, when they get into their roughhousing wrestling matches, they're crazy. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, that I did switch those two things out, and I still think they look super cute. Super cute arrangements, both of them, but they're both safe now. So now what I need to do is I need to get busy making granola bars for Scott. He likes to take them in his lunch, and we've been out for a couple of weeks, and so I need to get those done. And I've got to get some microgreens planted and some things done for planting seeds. So let's go ahead and get going. I'm just going to put you guys on music and have you guys watch me make granola bars. I've made them 100 times, and you guys have seen them a couple times, so I don't need to show you in detail that whole process. in the house right now, and I got a tiny kitchen. The first thing I'm going to do is Olivia's getting Sally's lunch and her heart pill. I got some coconut core rehydrating in that thing, and I'm going to start some microgreens. I'm going to be doing peas, snow peas, and salad mix. Now for the snow peas, you have to soak them for 4 hours. So this is my sprouting jar, and I'm just going to soak some peas for 4 hours. Edna is going too. That's why I've got some of the chairs up out of her way. But here are the peas. Put about 2 inches of peas in the jar, and then filled it most of the way with water. I'm just going to set this over here, out of the way, for 4 hours, and then we'll just go ahead and seed them after that. Granola bars are done. Over here in the sink, I'm getting all my sprouting and microgreen trays washed. I'm going to be planting marigolds in this little thing to put in the garden outside. So I've got my trays that are clean, and I'm going to speak up because Edna, she's coming right here. She's probably going to bump into the, yep, she bumped into the camera. Bumped into the camera again. Go in the other room, Edna. Anyways, I've got my trays clean, and I'm going to go ahead and put about 1 inch of this coconut core growing medium in the bottom. It's fully hydrated, but it's not soaking wet. You don't want it to be soaking wet. And then I'm just going to tamp it down lightly so that it's fairly flat. And I just have a rubber glove on because I don't like getting dirt underneath my fingernails. That's the only reason why. So then I'm going to take my seed mix, and ideally you would have like a spice shaker or something like that, which I don't have. So I'm just going to take some in my hand and just liberally sow them all over. You want it to be a thick coverage of seeds so that it's like a carpet or a lawn of microgreens when they sprout. That looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to mist them with some water. Make sure they're nice and moist. The growing medium was moist but not soaking wet. So we just want these nice and, you don't want so much water that they are sitting in water, but you do want them to be moistened. And these seeds are so tiny you don't have to soak them like the peas. And then you just take a really light sprinkling of soil on top. I'm not an expert but from what I have gathered from doing research on this, seeds like to have the pressure or the weight of some soil on top of them. It makes them germinate easier or better, a better germination rate. It'd be like if you planted seeds in your garden, you don't just leave them exposed, you cover them up. But you just want to do a light sprinkling because you don't want them to work too hard to get up through the soil. So after that, then you're going to cover them with another tray, because you don't want them to get any light. And you leave them covered in the dark for 2 to 3 days. Then you check on them, and if they're germinating, then you take the cover off and you put them underneath a grow light. So I'm going to do the same exact thing with the peas, but like I said, they have to soak for a couple more hours, like 3.5 hours yet. So I don't know that I'll do those on camera, but I will definitely update you on this next week when hopefully I've got some microgreens. Now ideally I would have put the soil in a tray that has holes in it, and then put this whole thing down inside a tray that doesn't have holes in it. I don't have any trays that have holes in it, so I'm going to have to be more diligent about watering, checking for moisture and watering them. And you should water your microgreens once a day. I am going to be investing in some of these trays that have holes in them so that it makes it easier to water them. Now I'm going to plant some marigold seeds, and these are just to be planting out in the garden. So you treat these differently than you do microgreens. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these, and this particular tray does have the bottom tray that I can water underneath. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some soil in each one of these little cells. Kind of tamp it down. And I think I'm going to plant 2 seeds per cell because I want a lot of marigolds to plant outside in the garden. This has the drain pan under it. That's how I'm going to water it. It's called bottom watering. So I'm just going to pour some water in there. Like that. And then with these seeds, I have a clear lid. It's downstairs on my growing table that I will put over these when I take them downstairs. Edna's done with her job. Didn't she do a fantastic job? I love that little robot. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put these sunflower bouquets up in my sconces, and I'll show you what they look like when I get all done. That is so pretty and so summery. I love it. This sconce is a little bit crooked. Yep, I love that. So simple. I love sunflowers. They're probably one of my favorite flowers. This is after almost 4 hours. It's been very close to 4 hours, and as you can see, the seeds have doubled in size. They were about here on the jar, and now they're here. So I'm going to go ahead and drain these, and I'm going to sow them. I've got 2 trays here. I had enough of the coconut coir left to do 2 more trays. So I will either do 2 trays of the peas, or I might do a spicy salad mix in one. We'll just see how far these peas go in one tray. stand is. Here is the marigolds. Got this dome, and I'm going to mist the inside of it. And now these are being exposed to the light from the very get-go. But put that on there to create like a greenhouse effect. And then up here, I only had 4 of these black trays. So only one of these, you saw I misted this one already, and it's upside down. And these have to be in dark, complete dark. So I'm going to go ahead and spray the inside of this, so there's plenty of moisture. I did order some of the trays that have the draining holes in them. And then this one I'm going to use, I'm just going to use this. I'm just using what I've got for now. I didn't realize until I did some research that you really need to start your microgreens in the dark. Did not know that. So there, that's covered, that's covered, that's covered, and I don't have the light on. I just have the light on down here, and I do have these heat mats because it's pretty chilly down here in my basement. So I do have these heat mats to help with the germination rate on these. I'm gonna turn this guy around so he's got more. He's on the heat mat more. There. And I'll probably spin them on occasion so they have more surface area on the heating pad, heat mat, grow mat, whatever they're called. All right, friends, this is where I'm going to go ahead and end this video for today. I hope you've enjoyed this 2-day vlog. And it was another chatty one, but that's okay. This is kind of how I catch you guys up on what happens on the days I'm not vlogging. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye, friends.